This guy's already got his shit figured out, though. He said, I want to join the military. I need to lose 160, 170 pounds or whatever. That's all he's got to do. He's already got a plan. Work that job that you don't like, use it as motivation to lose the weight and join the military. Seems like that's what you want to do.
I would suggest even like going and talking to a military recruiter about what he wants to do. And they might be able to be like, hey, we've got a special fatty program where we get you fuckers in there and give you like an 18-week boot camp. You can start tomorrow. I don't know if that's a thing, but the U.S. military should make it a thing because we got so many fatties in this country. I feel like if they did that, if they had fatty boot camp where they lowered the the levels at which they'll accept someone, like, oh, your BMI's 38, cool.
Front lines.
That's not a bad idea, though. Actually, I'm just processing it in my head. Like, we might be accepting someone with less potential because he's currently fitter. If we had a fatty program, we might have smarter soldiers. We might have soldiers with better heart. We might you might take a guy and like, you know what? He's great in every way except pull-ups, right? Let's just fix that about him, and then we'll have we'll elevate the whole level.
For his lifetime battle with cholesterol, really show the Krauts what for.
There might be diamonds in the pudge that we can mine and turn into great soldiers and leaders.
The enemy's fucking dropping sausages into their mortars.
They know our weak spot now, right? Bacon launching into the trenches.
That's what our thing is. Like when the fatties get captured, they like rip the Prilosec OTC off their necklace and take it real quick.
Oh, that's great.
At least I won't have heartburn as they're beheading me.
So on my flight here today, which went very well, by the way. I flew here, then back, and then I'm here again. So I've made a couple LA flights in the last couple of weeks, and first one was terrible. Second one wasn't a whole lot better. This one was real nice, but it was by the skin of my teeth. Just like this did I escape utter disaster. There were so many fatties on this airplane. There was a woman sitting right behind me. I got the aisle seat. I'm 42C, all the way in the back of this like 737. And as I'm approaching her, I see her. She is hanging out into the aisle. Like, she's taking 3/4 of the aisle. The woman next to her in the center seat, she's already been absorbed. Okay? She's already been absorbed into the mass. She's part of woman number one now. She's even fatter. She's got that elbow thing where, like, the fat hangs over the elbow part so that she doesn't have an elbow anymore. There's just, like, fat hanging from here and from here, so that it's just a hole where her elbow is.
Yeah, there's that buried recess where the elbow goes.
That's where bones are.
Yeah, right? She can't bump her elbow. It's cushioned.
She must have been so uncomfortable. She was smiling the whole trip. She was jovial the whole trip. And when it was time to get off and my back was hurting so much, I just stood up and stood there for maybe the last 8 or 10 minutes of us sitting at the runway. She just sat there and had no issues with it. But that poor woman next to her could have been me. It could have been me. I walked past 2 fatties on the way to her. I was sandwiched in between them, and I'm trying to count rows in my head. I'm like, 30. That looks like 42 rows. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
What is that thing? There's a ham beast in 42A. Like, the gravity alone might suck me in. But she was gargantuan, and she was in coach, and that's got to be the worst thing if you're overweight to fly in coach. I would hate that so much. I can just imagine for me, like if I were 300 and
it'd be embarrassing.
I feel like the night before even, I'm just like stressed out. I'm like, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's when it happens. I gotta fucking get on that plane. God, I hope that the guy next to me is small. God, I hope he doesn't get upset. It would just be terrible. It would be weighing on me. And then
or you
every
could just
step
buy 2 tickets, which, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people do, right?
I think so. I've heard about that. I've never seen it in practice. My question would be with that is like, wouldn't a first class ticket be better? Like, if you're doubling.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why not just get a first class ticket and then you have that little divider between you and the next person? You can spill wherever you need.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of first class. If you have the means, I highly suggest you travel that way.
If you have the means, yeah.
Ferris Bueller reference, but yeah, I really dig it. First class is the way to go. I've flown first class a lot. I've flown first class more than coach, And usually there's a way to like make it make sense. Like if I've got a lot of luggage to take. When we go to Texas, I'm packing for like 6 or 7 days, and I got like drones and camera equipment and a gun or two, and they're on the bags. And in that scenario, it just makes sense to fly first class because 2 check bags for free is another $50, and then just makes sense. So I usually fly first class, but God, I hate coach. I hate the fatties who inflict themselves on the others in coach. Take a bus.
You want any time?
Take a bus.
Anything. Fucking
Take a page out of Chiz's book. Just hop on a rickshaw and away you go.
Rickshaw away, yes. Chiz is the king of alternate travel methods. I'm starting to dig it. I think next time, if there's a thing that me and Chiz are going to do together, I'm going to look into getting in on that with him. I'd like to go on a train ride with Chiz. I'm not getting on a bus with you. I'm not greyhounding it up with bus folk. You know, they'll take one look at my shattered screened Samsung Alpha, and they'll be just trying to beat me to death just to take it. I
feel like bus folk, every item they see, they don't see it as money. They see it as how many crack rocks they could afford from selling it.
That's
and
3
so
crack.
they just incent it. Yep, that's 3 crack rocks.
Taylor.
Give me that broken. Yeah.